Welcome to Cackling in the Void.
I'm Kaylee.
I'm Ashley.
And let's see if the void echoes back today.
Welcome to the Void. Today we're going to be discussing chapters 6 through 8 of Iron Flame.
Woohoo!
We're getting there.
I know, we're
Things
really
are
plugging
picking
away. I know. Finally,
So
because,
Yeah.
Well, starting us off, we are with chapter 6. We just left the scene that Violet and Xaden are talking to General Atos and Varish.
Mhm.
And General Atos starts off the chapter so strong and is basically like, you better be careful who you tell your war stories to, because we wouldn't want your mom to only have one kid. Like, basically, that's what he said. It was just like
And he wasn't just threatening Violet, he was like saying he might kill Mira. And, Violet is really offended by this because obviously it's her sister, and she's just like, no, do not kill my sister. Excuse me.
Absolutely not. We know that just with Violet and Mira that they have a very strong sibling bond. Like, between the sisters, they are very strongly bonded pair. Which, you can't say with her and Brennan.
No, you can't.
And
it even, it sounds like even in the past, they weren't, not that they weren't close, but they weren't close. Like, it really seems like it was Mira and Violet, and then, like, Mira and Brennan, but it wasn't really Violet and Brennan.
Yeah, I think that that's quite common in a pair of 3, especially, like, growing up.
And she's the youngest, and he's the oldest.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, there's the most age gap there, and also we know that Brennan was in the writer's quadrant before, like, I want to say, like, 3 to 4 years before even Mira went in. And definitely, what, he's been supposedly dead for 10 years? Quote,
6.
10, 6 years? I don't know, listen. 6 years?
6
so it's
years.
like, if you think about that, he finished his writer's quadrant 4 years
Probably
before
7 years ago.
Like 4 years before that.
I'd say maybe like 1 to 3, because he was a lieutenant. Like, he just, like, and I know
like, he just graduated. And is it?
So maybe he graduated
I guess
7 years.
Yeah. Yes, because it's 3 years. It's not 4 years. Me in my head, I'm like, oh, obviously, all schooling is 4 years. Because
yes,
fucking psycho.
Because that just. But it's 3 years, and so I think maybe it was 7 years ago that he graduated, but that means it was 10 years ago when he first started.
Exactly, and Mira wasn't even in the writer's quadrant at the same time as Brennan.
No.
At least I didn't think. I could be wrong.
I don't think so. I think that he graduated and she went in.
Yeah. And
but
so that
makes... Hasn't she been out of the writer's quadrant for, 3 years now or something? 2? It wasn't
maybe
1,
2?
Because I think it was... I know it's over 1 because she's no longer just a lieutenant.
Yes, that is correct.
And so maybe, I mean, even they probably have, 5-year age gap?
Yeah.
So, like, Brennan, if it's a 10-year age... I mean, 10-year age gap, especially at, 10 to 20. 5 to 15.
I was also kind of just thinking about that for a second, and I was like, I guess I never realized how big that age gap probably would be. I kind of want to know now. I'm going to look it up, how old Brennan is, because I want to know, like, the age gap between them, only because...
Yeah, that's, the age gap, and again, especially in those, until 20, that age gap, that 10-year age gap is so significant. It's just such a different... you're 10 years apart. When you were 3 years old, the other one's a teenager. Like that.
Yeah.
So different.
It's like they get to experience everything before you, and it's like this odd experience of.
And it's why would a 13-year-old want to hang out with a 3-year-old? Or a 15-year-old hanging out with a 5-year-old?
Yeah.
Why would a 20-year-old want to hang out with a 10-year-old?
Exactly. Like, yeah, they are your sibling, but, you know.
You're not going to be as close as if it's 15 and 20.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find that age?
You know me. I have a really hard time typing and listening and talking all at the same time.
Would you like me to look it up?
So according to I finished typing now. Thank you, Ashley.
I'm so proud of you. Good job, good job.
Actually, you really should be, because that was really quickly. Like, that was really
so
fast.
quick. You guys, she normally takes so long. And it's
So
okay. I mean, take as long as you need, but you do take a while. And I'll be talking, and she's like, wait, hold on, what did you say?
Well, yeah, because I'm trying to type and listen to you and, like, keep it in. Okay. Regardless of my shortcomings now. We're talking about Brennan now. Yes. So, I guess when he first appears in the end of Fourth Wing, he is 30. So there is a 10-year age gap
10
between
years.
them. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that we were able to do math. First of all.
Gosh. Wow.
For us, we actually did math and we did it correctly. That is fucking wild.
Know. So, I mean, actually, she's 21, but I think she's 20 at that time, so.
Well, when she first starts the series, she's fucking 20. You dumb bitch.
Oh, and she doesn't turn 21 until after he's introduced. You're right. You're right.
I don't actually think that Ashley's a dumb bitch. It's just sometimes I say it and I don't mean it as aggressively as that one sounded.
I know. That was really funny.
I'm so sorry.
Did you notice how I didn't even acknowledge it? I didn't even process it until after you started.
Okay.
But I can't believe we did math. I'm very proud of us for doing math.
I know. Just the fact that we were able to do it and do it correctly. Damn. Sounds like good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like, wow. That's impressive.
I know. So
I'm gonna laugh so hard if it's stated later in the book and go, oh.
I'm gonna be like, of course, because we were right and we did the math before she even wrote the book. She based it off of our timeline.
Obviously. You know, we just sent it to her. Mm-hmm. We're the reason the series is continuing.
Exactly. That was good. That was
continuing.
I know.
So then, you know, Xaden, they only have weekends together. They only see each other every 7 days, and they swap.
But also,
so Violet will go.
It's only going to be one day, basically.
Yeah, because flight time. Like, it's going to be pretty much just one day, and they'll go in between places, so, like, every other week they change. Or, like, every week they change off where they're going. But, you know, one of Violet's thoughts is, how will Xaden and I ever fix what's wrong with us if we don't have the time together?
So valid, but also girly pop. The conversation beforehand that she's having with Xaden, and she's like, I can help, and he's openly being like, hey, I think we should take a step back. Just for like a quick second. You need to process, recenter yourself, regroup, figure out what you're gonna fucking do, because you're not allowed to tell anybody anything. And she's just like, I want total and absolute honesty and truth from you. And he's like, well, maybe we can hold off just for a bit, please. It's not that I don't love you. It's just, I don't think you can keep those secrets. Like, not that she's actually going to spread them by, like, word of mouth, but we saw how literally Ashley's favorite character took advantage of her
I love him. He's perfect. But I mean, I guess like don't take advantage of people, sir. Like that is a bit rude, and I don't appreciate that. But he is just trying to protect her. But he did steal her memories, and that is quite rude. I wouldn't recommend stealing somebody's memories.
No, I think that it's an extreme like violation, and yeah, I understand like her idea of, oh, Xaden did not take my secrets, but he like, I don't want to say that it's worse, but is not gonna lie about it. If somebody behind my back stole my secrets, I feel like sometimes I would be like a little less mad and like, but if somebody knew that they stole my secrets and then they were like blatantly lying to my face about it, it seems hard. And I understand like why she's upset with him, because that's very valid. It's valid to be upset at both of them because both of their actions were extremely wrong. But
and also to mention, she's probably also, it's not just them two that happened, but like her entire worldview is shifted. And so it's grappling with Xaden, who I thought I could trust, lied. Dane, who I thought I could trust, lied. The entire kingdom that I've been a part of my entire life lied. My mom is lying. Like, so it's every single thing just... So now she doesn't know who she could trust. And so I understand on her point of view why she wants to trust, because she feels like she has no control and she needs something she knows she can control.
And I do understand like her like need for honesty, and I get that. One of the things that I do kind of like that Xaden says, which is not gonna lie, very dramatic, but I think like is a good point, is you didn't fall in love with an ordinary writer, you fell in love with the leader of a revolution. And the fact that Xaden is the fucking leader of this, he knows more than anybody, and his secrets are the most imperative. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I understand that she really needs like that honesty and that, I don't know, she wants full disclosure, but at the same time, she's not ready for it because she can't properly shield. It's not because he doesn't want to give that to her.
But she can't shield. Like, it is if she can't shield, like, she could shield, but like not to the degree that they need her to be able to because of Dane.
Exactly.
And other people. Like, what if there's another memory reader?
Exactly. If you think about it, if they keep somebody like Dane around, there has to be other people that have this type of signet or a variation of this signet. Especially for them to know about it and for them to say that this type of intrinsic is okay. Like,
which is so interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how they like vary that. I think maybe just because like his is like touch base, and like he can't just like at will do it.
Walk in and be like, oh, and like look at people and be like, this is what you're thinking. This is what you're thinking. This is what you're thinking. Like, it's, you have to touch them, and so if Navarre is aware that he has this ability, then they know not to let him touch you.
Yeah, that sounded so weird. Yeah, you gotta let him touch you.
Gotta let him touch you.
Yeah, just let him touch you, and he'll open up your world and know all of your secrets.
Just to protect you, though. I mean, honestly, what better man can you get?
That was so good.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
You missed the podcast, Kaylee?
I did. Yeah, this is great. Not gonna lie about it. I missed you. It was good.
I missed you too, but I don't admit to that.
Yeah, that's gross. Don't be fucking weird. I also just think that like this conversation that she has with Xaden is so telling about like where her state of mind is at. Like, I feel like she is unable to process everything that's going on, and she does need to take a step back from their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as I'm boring, I think that she needs to recognize where she's lacking and understand
Mm-hmm.
that she needs to learn how to cope and compartmentalize first before she can open up this relationship. Like, open back
I
up
agree
to a
with that.
relationship. And so it's
Yeah,
like,
and
I think
also
that the idea of a break is
great
a
idea,
good idea.
especially for
Yeah.
like where they are. Like they both need it. They both
Yes.
need space to kind of figure shit out.
Mm-hmm.
And Xaden does tell her that she should only trust the people that was at Russin.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, the
And
people that were with them when Liam died, basically.
yeah,
That squad.
because the marked ones, all their parents died, but they might not be a part of the revolution. So,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, trust them. And also, a lot of the marked ones really want to kill Violet still. The ones that were
Mm-hmm.
at Russin don't, because, they
Yeah.
did get a lot closer. So, he really just wants her to trust them only.
Yeah, and I just think that that's so... I'm not going to say me being like, oh man, that's so sweet of him to like really like try to protect her, but it's not necessarily sweet of him. It's like the bare fucking minimum at this point. But it is, I think, worth being noted that he did tell her this now instead of later, or not telling her at all,
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is good, but I'm not going to say that it's sweet or anything, because
Okay.
it's whatever. He
It's
doesn't...
the very-
Yeah, it's the right thing to do, which is why he did it. And like, yeah, selfishly, does he really like her? For sure. Dare I say love her? Ugh, I guess.
He does admit to it in the last chapter of Fourth Wing.
He does admit to it. He does love her.
He said it's before they even kissed. It's after they shield. Or she
I
shielded.
know.
That whole paragraph was really cute.
It was.
It gives you the, oh my goodness. Stop.
Yeah.
I need to stop it.
Yes, literally that. I'm just like, I get like, I don't know, like cuteness aggression almost, where you're like, oh my god, stop. I hate it.
Literally, that's...
And
like,
I was
I'll
like,
be driving when I'm listening. I'm like, stop it.
But I'm also like, oh man, what do I expect from this emo dragon boy?
The ballad of
me.
the emo dragon boy.
Yeah. It's like, damn, I just love them emo boys and those emo girls. Fuck.
And this one has a dragon.
I know. That's fuck. Damn. The dragon is just really, really cool. I like the dragon part.
And it's Sigale. We do love Sigale.
I love Sigale, and I love how sassy she is.
Yeah.
And so, like, they're... Obviously, right now, they're in the courtyard, and they're, like, saying their quote-unquote goodbyes, because he's now leaving for his assigned post. And...
So he's not gonna... Like, I know we've said it, but he's not gonna be there. So, like, we get...
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna be alone and trying to figure all this shit out. There's not gonna be a Xaden or anybody to protect her. And even though Dane does try to protect her, she's not gonna let that happen. So different dynamic. It's not gonna be the same thing over and over. Mm-hmm. Which I know that when I was first reading this, sorry to interrupt you, when I was first reading the book, the thing I was scared of it was like, book 1 is year 1, book 2 is year 2, book 3 is year 3, and it's just gonna be the same thing over and over. Like, obviously slightly different, but kind of like Harry Potter.
Immediately, I knew where you were going.
Yeah.
Also, we do not support this IP. Just let everybody know. I was like, we do not support that IP. Just let everybody know. It's just a very, very widely known book series, and we do not support, and you guys should not support it. Period.
Yes, I agree. Go off, Kaylee. Thank you.
Just let everybody know.
Yes. But it was just the first reference I could think of. So I think I was
Mhm,
scared of it kind of being that. And I was like, oh, like I know it's gonna change it up, but it's gonna be the same thing. But I'm happy. I was like, oh, like when we get to this part of the book, I was like, oh, like he's gone. So it's immediately changing the dynamic within the first
mhm.
less than 10 chapters.
Which I love because I think that they need it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they need it. I
Because
think that
honestly,
it's going to be good for
yes,
both of
romance.
them.
Yes. And
Mhm.
also, romance books. You don't read romance books. Like, if you read a straight happy romance book, you would get bored. You read
Well,
it for the drama and the tension.
right? Yeah, that's what we read it
It
for.
would not be entertaining if it was just, we woke up in the morning, I made him pancakes, then we went on a dragon flight, and then we went home, and we cuddled, and then we fucked and watched a movie.
Damn.
Like, and
But
it was the
also,
same
does
thing.
that sound like a great life? For sure. But
Oh, absolutely. But you wouldn't like read a book like that's the only thing that happens throughout the book.
absolutely.
Because
I
there's no
mean,
drama, there's no tension, there's no entertainment value
mhm.
in the sense of like how we know entertainment today.
I would also say that that is our opinion. And I'm sure that
Yes,
those books exist. And I'm sure that they're beautiful and lovely. And we love that you guys read them. But those are just
absolutely.
not the books for us.
No. We love the
Uh,
drama, we love the tension.
yes. And I also just love that, like, when they're parting ways, because she is drunk, Ashley didn't actually get to say her, like, favorite line from, like, when Violet says that I'm pleasantly.
I said that last episode.
You could say it again, just to remind
Oh, she's
everybody.
pleasantly fuddled, but not entirely slushed.
Exactly. And so because of this, she is so touchy on Xaden, which, I mean, how could you not be?
Well,
Sorry.
but also he tells
Also,
her to be like, "Hey, like we need to keep up the act. Like we can't
yeah.
let
Hmm.
people know something shifted." And so he's like, "Lean
Well,
in closer, like
obviously.
act like
Hmm.
we are giving this
Yeah. Could you
embrace and
just
speak
act?
certain lines
Mhm.
louder." Like that makes sense for other people to hear.
Absolutely, because it is a ploy at that point. But as they're super close, he's like, "Oh, I like. Do you trust me?" And she was like, "With my life." And he was like, "Is that all?" And she was like, "Yes, that is it. I don't trust you with anything else but my life." And he is like, obviously disappointed. And he's like, "Okay, well, I guess goodbye." And then she's like, "I'm just gonna go in there because we're not together and I can do whatever I want and I'm gonna go just I can like waltz in there and like pick whoever I want." And he's like, "Yeah, you definitely can. And if you wanna do that, you should do that." And immediately she like folds. She's like, "I will. I'm gonna do it. But I'm not really gonna do it."
Yep, and then she's like, "Why aren't you leaving?" And he's like, "Oh, you have a death grip on my hand." But also, I like how he's protective in ways, but he's not protective in other ways that we have seen in other books.
Yes, he's how do I put this? Like,
He's protective of her life and he doesn't want her to
mhm,
die, but he's not protective of the like, oh, you want to go fuck around? We're not dating. Go fuck around.
yeah, and I
Go
don't
do
know.
what you want. You're your own person. Go do what you want.
Mhm. I like that he encourages her to make her own decisions and to do that, but also gives her fair warning about a lot of things because she does deserve those warnings.
Hmm.
Um, I just thought it was so funny that she's like, "I'm gonna go do this," and then he's like, "Okay, yeah, like, could you let go of me though?"
I was like, can you? I just don't want to be there for it.
Yeah, just like I can't really walk away because you're holding me, like.
Hmm.
And normally, I feel like in a lot of books, like it's the opposite. It's always like the male like holding on to her,
Hmm.
and like he's not letting go of her, and it's like, no, you have to listen to me. And it's in turn, it's like it's her doing it. So
Hmm.
I just wanted
And
to
it's
point
cute
that
because it's
out.
like I feel like I agree, and it's like I feel like the roles are reversed in sense of like that, and
Hmm.
also yes, like they're both pining for each other, but you see more of that,
Yes,
like especially in his point of view chapter, like
I love
you
it.
see it from him where it's like normally it's the girl pining for the guy, so it's like the roles are reversed if not equal.
Yes, I would agree with that. And then after she lets him go, who comes along but her best friend Ree, and she like has this piece of paper, and Ree like notices something is wrong with Violet because how can you not? You know, it's your
Hmm.
best friend. She's like, "Are you okay?" And Violet, has that feeling of, "Damn, I really want to tell her what's going on, but I don't know if I can trust her, and I don't know like what's going to happen, and so now I feel like I can't, and so let's just um, you know, redirect and just focus on reading and be like, what's on the paper? What's on the paper?"
Yeah.
And big news! Congratulations to Ree to be the new squad leader. Whoop, whoop.
Woo! She deserves it. She's so fun.
Yes. I love that. And I also love that, as yes, the Fourth Wing, the book previously, was mostly just about Violet, and we didn't necessarily get a lot of like the quote unquote side characters' journeys throughout it. But I love that we got to see the fruits of their journeys that we didn't get to see in that book come
Mhm.
out in this book. Because
Mhm.
obviously she was working towards this that entire book.
Oh,
Yes, it wasn't
absolutely.
necessarily like stated and like it wasn't outwardly put like that, but I do love that it's in here now.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
and it's not being too fillery, like
mhm,
filler heavy in
yes,
the book doing all of the side plots for the side characters, but you get to see like little bits and pieces of how like it's
mhm.
affecting the world and Violet and like the characters around her.
I also just love the fact that like this is now such a like they're growing up almost. It's like, oh man, they're not babies anymore.
I know, because I do feel like
Um,
definitely the first year in a quadrant would change you. Like
oh
you would
yeah.
have to grow up so quick.
Hmm. I also love that when Ree finally tells Violet, like they both get so excited. Then Riddick comes out and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like what are we celebrating?" And then everybody's like surrounding her, and I know I'm bored. Ashley, I know I'm so boring. Um,
We're
um,
only at two.
I know. I mean, technically, yeah, we're almost done with this chapter, so don't worry about it. I won't have to talk for much longer. You can take over next, okay?
Ooh.
Um, um, but everybody's like coming out and surrounding Ree and congratulating Ree, and like they're like, "Let's celebrate! Like, what are your first orders as squad leaders?" And Ree like looks at all of them and just says, "To live," and they're like actually looking like they're happy and they're enjoying themselves and like they can finally be together and enjoy
Mhm.
this before shit basically gets super serious when school starts back up, you know?
Yeah.
Uh
Which is tomorrow.
yeah, because they don't get breaks. They literally just go straight through. They're like the only quadrant that does that, where
Mhm.
everybody else gets breaks. Like the scribes, the Uh,
Infantry.
cavalry, infantry. There it is. I was like the
And
infantry,
healers.
the scribes, the healers. Am I missing another one?
I
There's
don't
only
think so.
three other ones, right?
Yeah.
Right. If
Good
we're
job.
missing some, let us know. Comment
Please.
wherever. Do the thing. Correct us if we're
Mm.
ever wrong. Please fact check us.
And
And then that takes us into beginning of chapter 7.
yeah.
Unless you have
And
anything else to add to end of chapter 6, Ashley.
no, you summed up all of my thoughts pretty well.
Great. Ashley's going to take over for chapter 7 because I'm so boring.
So boring. We hate listening to Kaylee.
I know.
Every time, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the light. I'm just like, I yawn every single time. Because the light, I see what you mean. The light just blinding your eyes. You're like,
Yeah, you're just like, oh, wow, this light.
I know.
But you look
Goodness
good,
gracious.
so.
Thank you. Thank you. I try. I just turn on my light.
Amazing.
Thank you. So, chapter 7 starts off, and they're walking, and they see Nolan, who was Violet's mender for her childhood. Like, they've
Yes.
been, working together for a long time, because Violet has EDS, so all of her joints just flop and dislocate and do all of the
Yep.
things. And so she's very close with menders because of this. And, she sees Nolan and she's like, wow, War Games must have really, like, taken it out of him. Like, he just looks exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, there's
And
probably so many people that need mending.
yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, also, it is stated that there's an actual like list of people to see him that like have appointments that have not been mended. Like there's like a list of it. And
Yeah.
so it's crazy to think that like after War Games, there's now like pages like of a list for people like to see him.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy how deadly War Games really are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she wants to talk with, like, her friends and, like, everybody, and she's just like, I can't, and I need to keep my distance because I know me and I'm gonna start talking about everything. She's like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we shouldn't do that. And so she starts, like, keeping her distance and very much redirecting conversations if they happen and just not
I
letting
know.
it happen.
Yeah, I just feel like she's being like really cagey with it, and like obviously that's not like a behavior that we saw from Violet before, but I think it's interesting because she openly states, I think like multiple times now, it's like the man, I don't know how Xaden did it. This is so hard. I have to keep my distance. I have to almost like do it like Xaden did it,
Mm-hmm.
and just like is very much said of like, I just need distance, like I just need space, like nobody talk to me because I can't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Which is such a crappy feeling to be feeling. Like it's so
Mm-hmm.
hard not to be able to tell your best friend something, especially when you have been telling your best friend everything.
Mm-hmm. And it's definitely the meme that's I don't really follow meme culture. I've never really been that type of person, but the meme of like, oh, you could tell, don't tell anybody this, and then it shows the clip of from Cloudy the Chance of Meatballs 2 where it's Flynn just running, Sam, I have something I need to tell you, Sam. And it's just like running, like, and it says like
Mm-hmm.
me running to my best friend.
That's so valid.
Right? It's like, or the, oh, this is my best friend. Or it's, oh, I won't tell anybody, I promise. Except for my best friend. Like,
Yeah,
that doesn't count.
yeah, it doesn't count, okay, guys?
No, it doesn't.
Count. I also think that it is interesting because, obviously she loves her friends, and her friends have deep connections, and I understand how heartbreaking it is for her not to be able to tell them things, but at the same time I'm like, I feel like the situation might not go well, but
Yeah.
only time will tell. But
Because it's, again,
they're
then their whole worldview would change. And Violet
mm-hmm,
had the knowledge of the venom from the book from her father and the letter. And so that
mm-hmm.
really helped her come to the conclusion. So she's like, they're not going to have that. They're going to think I'm a lying piece of crap. Like,
Yes, and the fact that you don't know, because like Ashley stated at the beginning, so many of the people that she held dear and really truly trusted broke her trust. Of
yeah.
course, it's going to be hard for her to trust, basically quote unquote new people. Like she's only known them for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of wild to think about that.
I feel
Because
like
it
so much
does.
happened.
Yes, but that's the thing. So much did happen, which is why they're so connected, even after like only knowing each other for a year.
Hmm.
So I just think that I understand where she's coming from because the struggle is real. And so, you know, the fact that they're now starting this second year class that like people were almost late to, and they're like, why have I never been in this room? And Ree keeps saying, because we've never been second years. And then
Yeah, it's
like
like,
the last one comes in and Violet's like, because we've never been second years for her, because she's like, Ree's already repeated this like 4 times.
yeah, like, oh my gosh. And I think it's really funny how I feel like, why? It's like, well, no shit. You haven't been, like, it's like, it just seems like such a no brainer. It's like,
Yeah.
you're going to have new classes. You're in a new year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're gonna be in
And
like a different space.
yeah. And along with it being a new class, there's a new teacher. And this
Mm-hmm.
teacher is teaching this classified class. And
Mm-hmm.
they very much state, like, oh, we keep it classified just to see your reactions. Because I forget what the class is called. I think I wrote
The
it down.
writer's survival class. RSC.
Writer's
Writer's
Room. Yep.
survival class. Which is
Yep.
not gonna lie, a really fucking dumb name. I'm gonna throw
That
it
is
out there.
such a dumb
That's
name.
it. I was like, really?
Yeah, no, that's a really,
Really?
really dumb name.
That's what you named the class? Okay, sure. Like, it's okay.
But
Like,
it's basically a class about what do you do if you are not with your dragon.
mm-hmm.
Like, you need to learn how to survive and fight and do all of these things, even if you do not have, you're not currently with your dragon. Because your dragon's not
Yeah.
always going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they fall and they get injured.
Yeah.
Like, you need to know what you're doing. And there's 2 big things in order for them to pass this class that they're not allowed to know yet. But one is in a couple weeks, and one is
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the year, I believe.
Yeah, or midway through the year. I don't.
Midway or something.
Maybe the first one is the midway point. I can't remember what they said, but it's just like so
I think they said, I
interesting.
remember them saying it was a couple weeks.
Okay, the first one was in a couple weeks, and then the second one was like midway through. Then
I think it's midway, yeah, you're right.
yeah. So interesting that they like place it midway through is like the last like big thing, and not like towards the end.
And what's also interesting that they know is that there's fewer dragons bonding this year. Because I believe there was 108 or something for Violet's year. And now there's only 92?
Yeah.
And, everyone's like, how weird. And, they say, and Violet's thinking, she's like, and she asks Taryn. And she's like, why is there fewer dragons? Like, now because of the venom, you feel like we would need them. Like, why are they not bonding? Mm-hmm. Because we need them more than ever. And Taryn just basically says, well, because the Empyrean is divided on what we should do about this situation.
Yeah. And that's so interesting. And then not only does he say that the Empyrean is divided, he says, and there are some secrets that neither side has shared. It's like the follow-up statement. And I'm like, whoop, whoop,
how interesting.
Whoop,
and
whoop.
And this class also, it does mention that they do like torture because it's, you need to be able to keep your mouth shut during.
Well, it's interrogation tactics.
Yes.
Torture seems crazy, Ashley. They're called interrogation tactics.
You're an interrogation tactic.
Actually, you know what? I'd probably be a really good one. They'd sit me in a room with somebody and they're like, could she shut up, please? Could anybody else come in? Because I'm going to die. I will tell anybody everything if she just shuts up now.
Yeah, you and I just go into a room with somebody. We would drive them insane.
Yeah, I think they'd hate us.
Yeah, it'll be great. Anyway, so it's interrogation tactics, and they don't tell you when it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, either for these things, like, you don't know when it's gonna be. And Violet does kind of come to the realization, and she is like, I have knowledge that they would kill over.
Yeah, they would kill everybody over, and not only her, but there's so many more people involved that she could kill. Which is, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I apologize to everybody who does not feel the same way as hater Kaylee. I'm so sorry, because honestly, she's just being so dumb. She's being so dumb because she's like, oh, now I finally have information that could kill somebody. And I'm like, you always possess that like knowledge. That's what I like, no offense, but that's why Liam is dead. Because of your knowledge that you held, that's why he is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that she's just like now cluing into that, and like now she's like, oh my gosh, I actually have like knowledge that could actually kill them. And I'm like, you already possessed the knowledge. Like, that's why Xaden,
but now she's
this
aware
entire time. Yes, but it's also like, that's why Xaden, like, even now is like, hey, please don't get involved with anything. Keep your distance. I'm begging you.
Because he knows what happens in second year. Keep in mind.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He knows because he's done it. And it's just like one of those things where I'm like, oh my goodness. She's just so little. She's so little.
Yeah. Little baby.
I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm such a menace today. I don't know what happened.
You are a menace today. And, after class, she goes down to the archives because she refuses not to get involved. And
obviously,
it's the first time she's been in the archives since Resin. So it's the first time she's down there without Liam. And she, is going there and she wants to talk to Yesenia. And she is nervous because she's like, I have so much, and Yesenia's asking her questions like, oh, like, how are you doing, how was war games, and like all of these things. I heard what happened and you didn't go to war games, like that whole thing. And she's just thinking of like Varish and Atos's threat and like all of these things that, and a secret revolution. And she's like, I can't tell her any of these things, and she's kind of like ignoring or deflecting the questions as she's been doing. And this is when she does her first lie to Yesenia. Like, her first lie, in general, like a first full-blown lie about the situation. Yeah. That nothing about the statement is true.
Mm-hmm. Which is, a monumental that it is. I think it's interesting that her first lie ever told is in a place that she used to call home, and to a person that she thought that she was going to be connected with for the rest of her life, in a closer proximity, very similar to Ree. I find that quite interesting that, the first lie, quote unquote lie, that she's ever really told, because, she just, it's hard, but also at the same time, the reason why she's there is she openly states it. The archives are going to have the answer to protect Erasia because the wards will not do it.
Yeah. And like circling back, before she kind of meets up with Yesenia, she's been looking at the schedule to see when she can get there with Yesenia. And she does note that Yesenia doesn't have a break because she's going through the hardest and fastest track in the scribe quadrant, and she's going to be curator of the scribes. Like, that's what she's trying to do.
Yeah, like she wants to almost like do what's his name?
Oh
No,
my god, I know
it
who you're
starts with an
talking
M.
about. Melgren?
Is it Malgren?
I didn't think so. But is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. But yes, take over
Yeah,
one of the teacher's jobs.
yeah. Which is, I mean, really large ambitions. Which is also like the idea of if Violet was there, she'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah, and I know that everybody expected and knew she would have been curator of the Scribe Quadrant.
Oh, for sure.
Like, it would have been her. Everybody knew it.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden she was thrown into the Writer's Quadrant.
Yeah, I mean, even Yesenia knew it. Yesenia openly stated in like the first part of the book, she was like, last book, she was like, I thought you wanted to do this. Like, I thought we were going to do this together. And to like realize that you weren't there was shocking.
Mm-hmm. But I do agree that it is interesting that the first lie was in the archives.
Mm-hmm. I didn't really think about that, but it's so interesting that that's where it starts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, that leads us into chapter 8, if you would like to do the first half of it.
Chapter 8?
Oh my gosh, did you know that is somebody's favorite number?
Is it?
Avery's.
I didn't know
Do you
that.
not
I don't think I've heard them talk about it.
ever, not once?
Yeah, ever, not once. Actually, I feel like this is breaking news.
Wow. We don't hear about it 20 times a day at all.
I'm gonna once the podcast concludes, I'll ask them about it. I'm gonna text it in the group chat. But starting with chapter 8, they are now at Parapet. They are welcoming in the quote unquote first years, I don't even know if they're cadets. The people, the small children that are walking the parapet to get into the Riders Quadrant, and she is a name taker.
Mm-hmm. And she also does note, she's like, wow, like they're only a year younger than me, and they feel so much younger. Like they look so
like
much younger than just 1 year.
Mm-hmm. Which is, I guess, just really a testament about how much the quadrant really changes you and how much they go through just within a year.
Mm-hmm. And like, even like, think of how much muscle everybody is built too.
Hot. Sorry.
Like, they're just, and they look older. Like, it's been a whole year. They physically look older because, I guess, at least they look different because there's so much more muscle.
Stress
like,
changes the way that you look.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
And it does age you, so I'm sure that they look older because of the stress.
Yeah.
But she openly states, she's like, wow, they look so nervous, but they're not really the only ones that are nervous because they are nervous as well. Just like
and
starting
I love how she also notes how she's not noting any features about anybody's face. She's just taking down the names.
She's just like trying to take down the names because, within like the first 4, like somebody already like fell off, and she's like, I can't watch them. Like, I don't want to watch them do this because I'm sure that it's hard to watch somebody walk across and then not make it. And she does make a note, like, that she is very nervous around Dane. And Dane is the wing leader now. I'm sure Ashley was... There it is.
I was so thrilled.
I was like, there it is. There it is.
So thrilled. So proud of him.
So Dane is now the wing leader and obviously is like doling out, orders and whatnot he actually does or doesn't do. But she's nervous to be around him, which totally understandable. But he looks heartbroken.
Heartbroken. It's Yeah.
It's also like one of those things where I'm like, it makes me laugh because I'm like, did you just realize that she was not into you?
I know, like, okay, but also,
Did you
did
not
he not
know?
realize after their kiss? Because I feel
I
like
mean,
you could tell if somebody's not into you.
I don't think that he could because after their kiss, he openly was like, Violet,
Wait for me after the quadrant.
yeah, wait for me. And like, I'm in love with you and you should wait. And she's like, that was gross. I got the ick. Which understandable. But like, also, he's just like really holding on hope. And then like, when Xaden like finally is like,
It'll never be you.
yeah, it'll never be you,
She
bro.
knows it.
Like,
I know it. You know it. The entire quadrant goddamn knows it.
yeah, and just like the fact that he didn't realize until then, I'm like, okay, sir, that was crazy.
Wild.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But also, you know, Violet is really bitter towards Dane, which, first of all, valid. Totally understandable. But, like,
Yes.
one of her biggest things is, like, he knew what was going to happen, and he basically slaughtered them, and now he gets rewarded for it. And he gets promoted, and he gets what he wants. And
it shows how fucked up their systems are.
Absolutely. Just shows how fucked up, like, their systems are. And she's just like, I'm still really bitter about this, which, once again, totally understandable. And, you know, they're like letting people, like, doing the names and moving on and stuff. And she's like making notes of not really like people's faces or anybody like that stands out. The only thing that she does say is like she notes like extremely aggressive, like ones that just kind of like run up and like push people off. And like, I think it was Riddick that stated it after one of the first year like males did it. I just call him a first year because obviously they're crossing their parapet.
Yeah.
I don't know if he like whatever. But he, you know, runs up and like pushes somebody off, and Riddick says it. It's like, oh, mini Jack Barlow, and like everybody there got like the residual like shivers about it because they like that was such a big monumental thing in their like quadrant and like especially like within their squad.
Fucking Jack Barlow.
Yeah, fucking Jack Barlow. And then she's like, oh, I remember like that feeling of him like pushing, like of like the feeling of like us fighting, and it was like not great, and like the energy and all of it was just like
not it.
And so it's like interesting like that they note this, and then all of a sudden, you know, who pops up but this like dark haired, colored, bright green eyes guy, and she's like, Cam? And he's like, Ulrich. I forgot his last name. Something.
Grey Castle.
Oh yeah, that's right. Grey Castle. Hot. I'm sorry. I thought these. Yeah, exactly. I thought these names. I was like, damn, what an emo boy. What an emo boy's name, though. Am I wrong?
We already have one emo boy. Now we get two.
No, first of all, everybody in the writers' quadrant are emo boys. I don't care. Yes. They're all emo kids, and I will argue with somebody about it. Yeah, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, no, that's
oh my god,
yeah.
Abso-fucking-lutely. I will. I was like, I will fight anybody on the fact that I think all of them are emo kids, for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, they all wear black. I was like, yes, it's their uniform, but also, yeah. Colored hair, piercings, tattoos. They're fucking emo kids. Shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Immediately. But, you know, Ulrich comes and she's like, Cam, and she like has like this really weird interaction with him, and Ree's there because obviously she's taking names with her. and is like, who is that? And Violet is like,
Mm-hmm.
Violet has this thought to herself, like, I want to tell her everything, and like, this is the only thing that I can tell her. So basically, I'm going to give her breadcrumbs. And like,
Mm-hmm.
and this is like, I feel like where she starts and decides to like do like very, like, oh, I'm just like going to give them like a little bit. You know, I still want to maintain this relationship and I just want like a little bit of connection. So I'm going to be able to give them this truth. And she
Mm-hmm.
kind of tells them that like Ulrich is Cam, who is the last son of the emperor. Is he an emperor?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. The ruler of the place, of the realm. I can't remember if he's an emperor. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He's something.
He is definitely something. He's like their king or whatever. Um, and they were not really allowed to enlist because his first son died during threshing.
Mm-hmm.
So none of his other sons have been like obviously allowed to go into the writer's quadrant. And so it's like a big deal that he's there. And then we meet Ulrich and they pass him through. And Dane is also like knows Ulrich from
Yeah.
the beginning because they all kind of grew up together because of how close in rank everybody's parents were. And so Dane is like openly concerned, and Violet notes that she's like, I miss that look because that reminds me of the way Dane used to be, like that old Dane was. And then she like looks at him, and then all of a sudden is like, that person's dead. I don't know that
Yeah.
person standing right there that I'm looking at, even if they resemble that person. And I was like, damn, that like, it is kind of heartbreaking to see her go through this because, you know, she is having such a good time, but also like a hard time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next person after Ulrich is Sloane, Mari.
And she says that she has the same icy blue eyes that
Mm-hmm.
Liam does. And so she looks and she, for a brief second, thought it was Liam because she just saw the eyes.
Yep. And it's like they look so similar, and it's so heartbreaking to note that, like, kind of like we stated last time, like with the letters, he hasn't seen her for 6 years and he died 2 weeks before. Like, 1 week before she got there. And it's like, that's devastating. And Violet's instinct to take care of her and things like that. She did tell Ulrich to find them, and she did tell Ulrich like the squad to like look for.
Yeah.
And then she does the same thing for Sloane, and she gives Sloane a hair tie because Sloane's hair is like being crazy. And you know, technically they are not supposed to be talking to them, and Dane tries to be like, "Hey, you're not allowed to." And she just looks back at him and is like, if you do not let me talk to her, I'm going to scorch the whole place. Like, you're going to be,
Yeah.
yeah, like, you're going to be like a little barbecue skewer, and I'm going to just like lightning shabam you. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And Dane is like rolling his eyes and is like, oh man, I never fucking win. Like, I'm supposed to be in charge,
He's
but
so upset about it. Like, because he's wing leader. Like you said, he's supposed to be in charge. And he's having these second years just push him all around.
I mean, he's a pussy anyway.
Not wrong. You're not wrong. Even though I am a certified Dane lover. He does not know how to stand his ground very well.
Yeah. I also just love that, like, the first interaction with Sloane is, like, once Sloane realizes who she is, Sloane just, like, right off the bat is like, I hate you. And I hope that you die alone and nobody condemns your soul to Malik, and that you don't get to go to the place to ever see my brother again because you're the one that should have died. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, kind of valid feelings, but also really like aggressive, you know? But I
Yes,
love how
it's
like
valid
aggressive
feelings.
out
I
the
mean,
gate.
yes. And I mean, it's valid feelings because, I mean, she's young. She doesn't know
Hmm.
how to control, like, and she lost her brother who she was looking forward to seeing for 6 years. And
Hmm.
up until a week ago, I mean, she probably was so excited. One more week and
Yeah,
I get to see him. And now all of that's been crushed, and she needs somewhere to put that anger that she's not going to see him. And who else is she going to put it to but Violet? Because
exactly.
Violet, I mean, she didn't kill him herself, but the entire situation was for her,
Yeah.
like her.
I mean, she knew that Liam was assigned to protect Violet. She knew that because, she is a marked one herself, and so she is
Mm-hmm.
like, a little bit more involved in like what they're doing because
Yep.
she is marked. And the fact that like I'm kind of sure that like she was writing somebody else like to give her updates, like
Yeah.
it's just like one of those things where it's like I understand like why she's so upset about it. I really am,
Mm-hmm.
because like devastating. And then now here's
If
her
he
being
wasn't
like,
assigned to Violet, he would still be
mm-hmm.
here. Is probably what she is thinking.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it,
Valid.
maybe actually kind of, yeah. I so sorry, but like he died protecting her.
Mm-hmm.
Day died protecting Taryn.
Mm-hmm.
Like that
Yeah.
is what that is. Like you can't slice the situation any differently.
Yeah. And, people keep going over the parapet,
Hmm.
and 71 people fell.
Yep.
That's
Which is
a
like
big number.
a little bit more than they had when Violet crossed,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy. Like 71
Yeah.
people.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And, Riddick comes over and he got a tattoo.
Yes. Riddick got a tattoo.
We needed to mention it. That is so important because good for him.
Also hot.
And Dane puts Sloane into their squad as a peace offering.
Mm-hmm.
Like, please forgive me. Here is the person that you were upset about me saying don't help.
Yeah, but it's also like one of those things where it's like, that's not going to do it, Dane. It's not enough.
He has a lot to make up for. And that is not a lot. And he also ends up putting Auric into their squad as well.
Mm-hmm.
And, someone does say, like, between Auric and Sloane, you're collecting the strays.
Yeah, Ree says it to her.
It's Ree. I was like, I forget who it was. I think it's Ree.
Yeah, Ree says that to her because she's like, girl, what is your problem? Like, you were literally collecting strays. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Imogen's first rule is like, don't get close to anybody. Don't look at them. Don't know their names because it's not worth it because they're going to die.
Mm-hmm. Like, the chances of them dying are greater than the living. So why would you want to get close with them if they're just gonna die? Like, why put yourself through that?
Yeah.
And Sawyer is Ree's executive officer, which this is the first time he is mentioned. And welcome back, Sawyer. We missed
to
you.
Him. Like, yes, he is mentioned in the first book, like right when they're doing threshing, but that's basically it. Like, he's not really mentioned any other time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I think he's mentioned, like, he's a part of their group, so he's mentioned in that way, but he hasn't really been, like, singled out. And, like, we haven't gotten to, forefronted. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's fun to see him. He's very fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of him.
Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah. And sorry, your note made me chuckle. And
Which one?
Dane is a tryhard.
Oh, because he is.
Please explain, Kaylee.
Oh, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you mentioned it, that, like, he got Sloane and Orc into there to be a peace offering, and he's just like, now, after doing that, because he's the wing leader, he gets to stand up and, like, make the speech that, like, Xaden made, like, on their first, like, day about, like,
Oh my
you're
God.
a rider now, and, like, we need to stand up and be tough and, you know, enjoy, like, our dragons, and, like, we are fierce and we are fighting. And it's just so funny because, like, I'm like, damn, the whole speech of Violet and everybody else is like, he's such a fucking tryhard. Like, all he's doing
is
yeah.
Xaden's speech.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny. And everyone's like, wow, he's not nearly as good at intimidation as Xaden was.
Absolutely not. The soft little cloud
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, Taryn is concerned about Sloane. He saw what happened last year when there was someone that hated her to the extent that Sloane does. And he doesn't want that situation to happen again.
I think he's less worried about Sloane than he, like, was with Jack, but it is concerning, and he does, like, hey, just be aware. And Rhee is even concerned about it. Rhee is more concerned about Sloane being, like, here because she's like, hey, kind of seems like she wants to kill you. Are you sure you want her in the squad? And Violet says, well, if she's in our squad, she can't kill me because squad rules. Yeah. And so it might be best if she's here. And, you know, as Dane is doing his try-hard speech, you know, the dragons come in to, like, display, like, for their display. Yeah. And, you know, this is the first time we get to see Solus, who is Barish's orange dragon tail, dagger-tailed dragon with one eye.
Yes.
And, you know, as Dane is, like, making the speech, she's talking to Taryn, and he's like, oh, like, she's like, oh, why didn't you come? And he's like, oh, I don't do parlor tricks. Like, I'm not there for the theatrics of it all. And she's like,
but he does say keep an eye on Solus.
Well, yeah, because she mentions it, and he was like, I'm sorry, who's there? Is he actually there? And she was like, yeah, he's there. Like, what's wrong? Like, I'm confused about why you're, like, so concerned about upset. This.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, she heeds his warning, luckily.
And Solus kills
the entire third squad, basically.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, 3 of them break rank, and, like, they're running, and she's realizing that like, they're almost out of, like, that room, and she's like, they've never let them get this far. And he just open maws fire blast the entire, like, those 3 and the entire third squad. And
like, not just not just the 3 that are running.
Yeah.
The squad too that they came from.
Yeah, and not only that, it's like the squad that didn't flinch, the squad of partly bonded writers. And, you know, luckily Violet had, like, because she was watching him, saw what was going to happen, and, you know, grabbed Sloane, yanked her down, and then, like, yelled, like, everybody get down. And so the people that, like, heeded her warning are still alive, but the people that didn't, even, like, part of her squad is gone.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about. And, you know, they're getting up, and she's, like, looking back, and she's looking at Imogen, and Imogen's like, Kieran is dead. Because Kieran was part of third squad, and Kieran and Imogen know each other, but also, like, Kieran was part of the squad in Ressin. And so, like, it's so interesting that this is how Varys is coming into the book of everybody can die, and everybody has to earn the right to be a writer, even if they have a dragon.
Yeah.
And Taryn shows up livid because at that point Solas is ready for like the second go around, and Taryn shows up and it's just very much a like basically dragon fight, throws him up against the wall, slap, don't touch what's mine, because you have no right to take what is mine. And if you
and
do...
it's very graphic, like, and he threatens him, and it's very graphic.
I love it.
Oh, it's so good. We're here for it.
Yeah, so the fact that the Taryn is like, oh, you touch her, and I will eat your rider whole and let him scream as I slowly digest him, and I rip that eye out. The eye that I was so graciously left you, and then I'm going to rip it out and then continue to rip your throat out. And I'm like, all right, sir, go for it.
Yeah.
I love Violet is like, I'm not going to touch that.
No, he's like, no. But also now, Varys is an enemy. There's no way he's not going to be.
Yeah. So, and honestly, like, I think that's so interesting that every single time, like, conscription day happens, something really large like this happens. Like,
because it was Sigale the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But yes. I do think that the point of that is to scare and be like, hey, look, like, you don't flinch at them. We are not of control of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's, you run, you're gonna get burned.
Yes. You're gonna get eaten. Sorry, like, it's a big thing.
Yeah. And that's the end of chapter 8.
Yeah, that's the end of chapter 8.
Wow.
That's crazy.
We're going to be moving into our spoiler section. So if you haven't read the book and you care about spoilers, here is your stopping point. It was lovely having you. And welcome to the spoiler section, where we could discuss all of the spoilery things that happened in this set of chapters.
All of the spoilers!
All of them! There's so many, all of the time.
Actually, there's not. Well, yes, there's a lot all of the time, but there's not a lot within, like, these 3 chapters.
But I feel like they're actually pretty significant ones. Like, they're not minor
they're
ones.
large
like, they're
ones.
pretty significant.
Mm-hmm. Like, there's not a lot, but they're so big.
Yes, and normally we want to start with the beginning excerpts, but I do have one of the quotes that I wanted to talk about, that we were talking about, pulled up. And so I wanted to mention that so I don't lose it before we go to the beginning excerpts. So, ew, sorry, I don't know if you heard that. That was disgusting. So, we mentioned how, or Kaylee, my lovely co-host here, mentioned how they were talking about how, wow, that person's a mini Jack Barlow, or Jack Barlow Jr. And we mentioned how Violet is remembering how it felt having that power through her, and I blow out a slow breath, and I turn to the next in line, trying to forget how Barlow put me into the infirmary last year. I shivered the memory of the way he forced pure energy into me through his hands that day on the mat, rattling my bones. Again, venom.
But also, like, the foreshadowing, and I do think, like, this is gonna come back good. Because, like, the fact that he wasn't touching the ground, like, he was doing it through
this
her.
Is why
I really think that this is gonna come back. This is gonna be a whole thing that comes back. Ashley,
and I really think I do. I really, really think that he is going to come back, or like this is gonna come back. I think Brennan did die, and Naolan channeled through him, rattling his bones, putting that power through him, and that's why I almost said Brennan. Yeah, no, it is Brennan. Brennan has the ruin because he was channeled through fully and became back.
I see. So Violet wouldn't have the scar because it wasn't fully done. to its fullest extent.
She wasn't killed, and she
Mhm.
wasn't brought back from the dead through it.
Yeah. I wonder if Jack has the seals on his hands. I can't
Ooh,
remember.
we'll have to pay attention this time, because that's the second spoiler that we wanted to talk about, was how
Segue.
right in the beginning, chapter 6, how it's, Naolan is just run ragged, and we know that, yes, it's most likely from
War games,
because
but
there's tons of people, but he's been working on bringing Jack Barlow back from the dead.
yeah, and it's so interesting that, like, it's stated so casual. Like, I love her foreshadowing because it's stated so casually sometimes, and
What
I
if
love
Naolan is the brother? Nolan. Sorry, Nolan.
if Nolan is whose brother?
Or did he die?
Naolan is Brennan's
Nolan.
lover.
Nolan.
Nolan?
Yes.
Nolan is the mender.
Yes. Did he die? I do not remember. Did he die?
No, he doesn't die.
Does he know of Xaden as a Venom? Because what if
I can't remember.
Because what if Oh, fine. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's
what
okay.
if
We'll
Nolan could help? What if Nolan could help Xaden? But also, like, Brennan is a stronger mender than Nolan is.
Exactly.
But yeah, Nolan's been around for forever.
Is a Venom. Or something. Or he will be.
I do think that it's going to happen.
Because I think both Mira and Brennan are going to turn, and then it's going to be a battle between all three.
Yeah, and we know that from a beginning excerpt from the third book. From the first book. I was like, we mentioned it. We
mentioned it. We mentioned...
Because it's just so prevalent. And you're like,
it's so prevalent.
Yeah.
They mentioned those three siblings so much, and how would it not add up? And it's anyway, it's okay. So the beginning excerpts.
Siblings. Yeah, beginning excerpts, please.
Okay. Chapter 6. What no one openly says is that while all 4 quadrants obey the code of conduct, a writer's first responsibility is to the codex, which often overrules the regulations other quadrants live by. By definition, the writers make their own rules. Major Offender's Guide to the Writer's Quadrant. First of all, we were right. There was only 3 others.
Yes, we were right. There's only 3 others. I find that so interesting for them to be like, oh, the codex is like the largest rule to live by. And you see
Which is so interesting. You feel like it would be the opposite. Like you first go by the... I just said it.
Codex?
No. Code of conduct. They all obey. Like, you feel like code of conduct would be first and codex, or like kind of combine the two for
writers,
it's interesting, but the writers make their own rules.
I know. I think that
why are the writers going to make their own rules compared to other quadrants? I think that's really important.
I do think that's going to come back around, especially because if their codex overrides everybody else's codex, like, that's really interesting. You know?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Or it might have to, just because of all the torturing that happens. Just like, not even like the actual torturing that happens, but like in general, so much. Like, they go through so much that I wonder if like the code of conduct wouldn't cover that. So they ended up having to overwrite it because, we need to do this.
Yeah. I wonder if they have a different code of conduct because of the dragons. Like, I wonder if like that's the thing. I think maybe like that's why they're able to, you know, quote unquote, create their own rules, because the dragons are involved and no other quadrant has dragons involved.
Yeah, and, you know, dragons do not abide by the rules of
humans.
Yeah.
So.
And
also, we wanted to talk about... actually, which one are you going to do? Ashley's going to
I
go
was just
for
going
it.
to finish up the beginning excerpts really quick because my iPad's
Yeah,
at
yeah.
10%.
For sure.
Okay, so then chapter 27.
Chapter
The beginning
27.
excerpt, chapter 7.
Thank you.
The beginning excerpt is all tome requests at the archives of Basgiath must be recorded and filed. Any cadet who fails to do so will be reported for dilation of duty, as well as punished for the loss of any text they fail to accurately track.
Yeah. Which I think is so interesting that they have this like rule in the scribe quadrant, because it really makes them be so accountable, which is why I think that she wanted to wait for Yesenia to get these books, because she knew that it has to be recorded. And she knows
and
that...
she knows that Yesenia, because it is Violet, would be a little bit more lax about it.
Exactly. Like, she's still going to file something, for sure. But the reasoning is going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And she knows out of everybody there, she could probably trust Yesenia most.
Absolutely.
Which,
and I just think
obviously,
that's a testament about like how close their friendship actually is and was before she left.
Yeah. And the final excerpt of this little section here. It is one thing to cross the parapet your first year, but watching countless candidates lose their life to it feels a little like dying too. Don't watch if you can help it. Page 84 of the Book of Brennan.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell that like she got so closed off during that process, because 71 people.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of people to watch die, and like just so casually too. You know, just so
like,
casually.
That's a lot.
So, you know.
And yeah. Another thing I wanted to circle back to with Yesenia is how they talk about her being curator of the Scribe Quadrant, at least being on that track. And we know that she does become curator of the Scribe Quadrant. She makes it. We know this because of the beginning of every single of these books.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm very excited.
Because she transcribed the series into modern language.
Exactly.
From Navarre.
And so, you know, because she's
Go
still
off,
here. Queen. I know. Pop off.
We know she makes it through the series.
I know. Prediction, she's the only one that makes it through.
With Sawyer.
Yes, with Sawyer. They get together and they have little babies and it's gonna be cute and it's whatever.
Until we like kind of started talking about Sawyer, not that I forgot, but oh my gosh, I'm so looking forward to seeing him like be so smitten and learn sign language for her.
I'm so excited. Like, that's the testament of like, you like somebody and you learn a fucking language for them. Hot. Like, I love it.
Here for it.
Yes, so here for it. Also, just like the fact that, you know, Violet is still so much of the mindset of, well, Erasia doesn't have a scribe, so I will be Erasia's scribe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's very much that in that mindset. That's why she went to the archive in the first place, because she openly said that the archive has to hold the key. Like, it has to be in here.
It has to be in the archive. But also, who else would be the scribe in the Erasia? Like, she's kind of the only one that is really studying for it.
Yeah, especially like currently right now with the characters given, because personally it should be Yesenia, period. Like,
absolutely.
Yesenia should be the leader of the scribes for both places, but we know that she doesn't. Be. Yes, because I think
Navarre's going to take it back.
For sure. I think it's interesting that you think that Navarre's going to take it back. I think Erasia's going to take Navarre.
Really? I think
Yes,
Navarre's
because
going to take... I really think Navarre's going to take
mm,
Erasia because it ends with Yesenia as the creator of Navarre.
yes,
Not...
yes, it does. But the fact that she is alive and we openly know that she went with them by the end of this book, she goes with them. She
Yes.
is in Erasia. She's part of the rebellion. I think
Yes.
that's why, like, that's why I think that Erasia takes Navarre, because why would she still be alive? Why would they
That's
keep her
true.
alive? And then not only that, why would she transcribe this type of story if they didn't, like, if it's, I mean, technically she could do it and, like, it not ever be, like, published or, like, put in the library, but I don't think that's the case. So I think that that's why. And then I also think that the reason why it's, like, not, like, done as, like, Erasia is because I think Navarre and Erasia are now one continent or country or whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Because they were, technically, at one point.
Yes, they were. They were a unit before. So I do think, like, they're going to come back together, but they just keep the name.
Yeah.
You know, Navarre.
For looks. Shits and giggles.
Well, I mean, also, like, Navarre is, like, the larger portion of the continent.
That's true. That is true. And
So.
the other thing that we did want to mention was how the Empyrean is divided on what to do about the venom. How
yes.
interesting!
It is so interesting. I just, like, it is so interesting because, like, the fact that Taryn is like, oh, yeah, that's why a lot of people aren't bonding, because they don't know if they want to get involved. But in my mind, I'm like, that's the only reason why you guys got involved with the humans is because of the venom. And are you guys not scared of the venom anymore?
Yeah. And it's like, if the venom are so bad, if you had a bond with humans 600 years ago to protect your young, what changed from 600 years ago until now? Why are you no longer scared? And why is there this divide?
Yes. Because it seemed
What
like you guys were all together. I mean, not quote unquote all together, because, you know, the Irids left 600 years ago.
That too.
Yeah, the Irids were like, nah, fuck that. We're chilling. But it's also like, it is stated that the Irids have their own hatching ground. So it's like they can have a hatching ground that is not in the wards. So I think there's going to be something to it, you know?
Yeah.
And not only that, it's just like the, why, like you said, why is there such a divide? Why are they not wanting to protect their young anymore? Or are they able to protect their young without the use of humans because the wards are already set up? And so therefore they find humans to be a insignificant piece of the puzzle now because they've already used them for what they wanted.
Yeah. And is it they want to keep the humans kind of under their control? So then if the Venom start going for them, they could just pawn off the humans.
I mean, that's what they've been doing for 600 years. Because, like, if you think about this, like, this Best Gaiath has been up and running since Navarre kind of started, and, like, since the dragons have been going. And if they're pumping out, like, writers, like, every year back to back to back to back for 600 years, yeah, that's what they're doing. Which is also why I think, like, the Death Factory thing is so fitting. Like, when the Griffins call it a Death Factory. Like, it's so fitting, you know?
I also think it is really... incredible isn't the right word, but that's the only one I can think of. Incredible how Navarre's been able to keep up this secret with the writers for so long about the venom. When they fly outside the wards.
Yeah.
How are they not seeing this? I am confused. I think they're killing... obviously, I think they're killing the people that do.
Yeah.
But I do think it's interesting of you have so many writers. How does not one person know about this? That's not a marked one.
Yes. I mean, it is stated that, like, openly they think, like, the higher-ups know. But...
Well, yeah. But I mean, like, just, like,
you said,
the
like,
writers,
just, like...
not really, like...
Like, even Mira, like, the
artists
fact
and
that
stuff.
she hasn't encountered one. And she has been...
Yeah.
You know, outside of the writers' quadrants for, you know, like you said, like 3 years.
She builds the wards.
So
yes,
she has, like... Does she
building
have to
more?
leave?
If she's building more, because I know, like, aren't they trying to kind of push it so they could build new outposts and stuff? If she has to leave the wards, how has she not seen one?
I don't know. And that's the thing,
You know
is
what I
it's
mean?
like...
It's just really
No,
interesting.
absolutely. But I also think that, like, there's, like, that other thing of... When they were in Resin, it was openly stated, like, what do you mean the Venin don't come this far? So maybe that's why, because the Venin has never come this far, because the Griffin writers, you know, have been pushing them back for so long. Because all of the Griffin writers know about the Venin. They're very much aware of this problem. So it's almost like, to me, the way, like, the lines look is, it's like the Venin are here, the Griffin writers are here, and then the dragons are here. So it's like the Griffins have been taking the brunt of, you know, the Venin sieges for millennia. And getting no fucking thanks, being like...
Literally.
Like, you know, right, like, the writers here are like, nah, they're bitches, let's kill them.
Literally, like, guys. I just think it's so interesting how... And also, did they not know what the rebellion was about? And no one that heard of Venin think this is a little weird?
Well...
I guess that's what the rebellion was. Is people going, oh, that is weird, let me go join them.
Yeah, but also it's like, the idea of... We don't know how much of that history was actually spread because of the, like, the destruction of history. You know?
True.
Because, like, you know, there was, like, a beginning excerpt. I know, like, it's boring, but, like, a beginning excerpt that, like, openly states that, you know, Flynn Rider's, like, last words and his biggest decree and, like, his, like, biggest outing was not written down. And I think it's because he was screaming about the Venin.
Absolutely.
I think he was telling everybody, like, this is a lie, you're writing for a lie, like, there's more to it than this, there's Venin out here, this is how we're going to be able to save it, and we just have to, like, do this together. And the, you know, the solution isn't division, it's coming together and, you know, making the Griffins our allies and fighting the Venin. And if we use this stone to, like, attract them here, we can just, I don't know, blow them all up at, like, one time, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that is probably what it was. Or
so
along those lines.
Yeah, obviously not word for word because I'm not a writer, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, but how interesting. Ugh.
It's also just, it's just so interesting to hear them be so divided, and then to hear Taryn say, like, oh, well, we have secrets too. Like, and also to know that both sides have secrets. So, like, the humans are hiding something from the dragons, and the dragons are hiding something from humans. And I'm just
like...
What
are the humans hiding? What are the dragons hiding? You know, like, it's so interesting. And also, I think we are going to see more of King Tari, because we've only seen him once.
Yes. I mean, we have to, just because, like, his son is now so deeply involved in the series. Both of his kids are. Yeah. So,
and also, it's a kingdom. You think that the king isn't going to be involved at some point, like...
Yeah, you know.
You know what I mean?
Like, I think we'll see him more in, like, book 5 than book 4, personally. Unless he comes out in book 4 and then dies, and that's when Cam takes the throne.
That's true.
Or
Or
or something happens, like his dad like captured like sorry, King Tari like captures Cam, and he's like Cam's like not here for it, and is like, we can't do this to the people, and then kills his dad.
ooh.
Kills his dad, takes over, and like does it that way. Which would be crazy, but also kind of fun. Kind of a fun sideline. Kind of like a fun sideshow. Because I was gonna say, I was like, honestly, it would be fitting if you know, like Violet's mom did it, but she's dead by the end of the book.
Yeah.
So, you know. This is the spoiler side, so I can say it.
Yeah. What? What'd you say?
Oh, I was like, it's the spoiler side, so I can say this.
Oh, yes, you can.
I was like, you looked at me like, how dare you? And I was like, it's the spoiler side. I can say that she's
dead.
No.
I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear that it's the spoiler side, so I was like, what?
Yeah, no. It's the spoiler side, so I can tell that she's dead. Because it would be cool if she did it. But also at the same time, it's like, I think that if King Tari is going to die, I think it's going to be either Cam or it's going to be Violet that does it. Because I think it'd just be so, like, cliche if Xaden did it. I'm not gonna lie about it. I think it'd be so cliche, and I'd be a little disappointed. Yeah, I would be. Absolutely. I would be very disappointed about it. I'm like, really? Really? Yeah. That's how you wanted to fucking do this? Like, ugh, no.
Yeah.
Ugh, no.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But, I mean, do you have any other spoilers you want to talk about?
No, I think that was, like, I mean, honestly, those 3 points, the torturing, the Empyrean being divided, and the, like, library portion of it was kind of it.
Yeah. Well, look at us.
I know, look at us. That's crazy.
I know. Well, I hope that you all had a great time hanging out with us, both in spoiler-free and in the spoiler section, if you are still here. Thanks for listening. We really, really appreciate you guys. And we hope that you're just enjoying it. And if you could like, comment, hit all of the buttons, do all of the things, type on your keys, we really appreciate it.
And I guess the last thing that we have to say to you is just a quick question, you know? What did the void say to you?